Right, hello again, people. Pete here. Come back with an update. Johnny Hacksaw has been let loose again while I've been recuperating. So I'm back on the AMT chopped 40 gasser. I've repaired the roof. Those who've watched the previous ones will know I damaged the roof when I was doing the inside. So I've repaired that and gone over most of the roof area again. And then, like I say, I've let him loose. As you can notice, there's a bit of a gap forming down there. So I intend to unite the front part of the fenders, on the old skillet, to the main body of the hood, hiding the whatever it's called. What's that engine called? That Ford, single overhead cam Ford. I'm going with the one from the 48 Ford, and cut open the doors. That was exceedingly hard. There's no other word for it. It was exceedingly difficult, and I cracked the top round there when I got round there where I had a joint before, so I'm repairing that joint. But I've put while we're there, I'll move that door out of the way. I've put in that brace there. It's hard to see white on everything. Once it's apart, I'll pick it all up. So doing that door, I've done that one. At the moment, this will still come off. I might have to change chassis because I want to get that to flip. And I think this is the only 40 chassis I've got that's still actually got fender brackets on. So I really want to use a chassis that's already got fender brackets broken rather than cut them off of this. And open the trunk up. So that was quite awkward as well. It's not an easy thing to open up, because you want to get sort of horizontal, if not down along there, but sort of semi-horizontal and vertical across there and there along that bottom edge. I was literally cutting from underneath up. You know, like where I've got this here. As you can see, I've just put a little tab on there to stop it sliding off. But I was, you know, nearly vertical, going up and under, filleting the gutting it. You know, all the innards were going to drop out any minute. Now it looks like a beetle bonnet hood. But anyway, that's that for in there. Right, scattering a styrene now. So we got the trunk. I say I've lifted that off. The two doors. Both of them all need reworking before I attach hinges. But what else was there? The hood, I've still got to cut out. Where are you? I've totally filled in the previous line there, which I got rid of on the outside. Because on most of the builds I've seen, that leaves a ghost line. So I'm doing my utmost to get rid of it as a ghost line for the initial kit scoop, and going on with building my own scoop, which will go over, it slid off now, the 2 carburetor, there it is, dual carburetor manifold for on top of there. Right, pull that body piece off. There you see, at the moment I'm fully braced up. I hope these come through. It's terrible white on white. Hang on. Maybe white on... Will this work? Will that contrast better? Oh yeah, that's a whole lot better, isn't it? So I've got these lower pieces that angle, and they sit on the fender moulding on the inside of the car. Got a bit of a buckle there, look. Reshape that. I've put this mega bit of bracing in the crosshair. It's just lightly super glued in the moment. but built up a new bulkhead, and I did my best to cut out the original part because I was impressed by the detail on this, and I thought I will try and keep that because I might, you know, I don't know, I won't do anything with it. I was just impressed with it. I don't know, it'll still end up in the scrap box, but it's handy still keeping the original part anyway, working out where it went and all that for the moment, because that is originally what it is. But I'm trying to lose quite a lot of it to fit the bigger motor in. So I'm building a new firewall, bulkhead, whichever way you want to call it, out of quite a thick bit of doodad, because it's actually adding as a cross brace as well. So I didn't want anything flimsy. And you notice I've got another frame in there made out of 2mm square solid styrene, which is like 10 jointed in the corners there. What else was there? So yeah, on a lot of this it's going to be hinge development for a little while. I want to get the rest of the where was that other bit, the engine located in properly, and I did say before about cutting the central brace out and then using an upright sort of moon tank that I've got, a cylindrical fuel tank, to go stood up there, and then the radiator, then a motor. But I really do want it to do that, and I don't want to cut them off. So I might be back to another chassis and do all the suspension work. So I've got all these, that's nice and tight on there. Aluminium floor still working well. I'm quite chuffed with the way that's going. And all the fittings of the leaf springs and that are turning out pretty good. It's getting a bit awkward getting to the stages where I need to sit comfortably and actually, you know, be focused on stuff, which is why I took to sawing this apart, because it's at the stage of needing doing, and it's something I felt I'm comfortable at doing. I'll have to re-brace that across and work out the locations on the chassis for a couple of tabs. You know, and say, right, that's that there, you know. You can see that's more or less where the radiator fits in those two grooves. Are they going to show up? Right, so I want something that will say, you know, there. Especially when I get to running the exhaust through, because I still want to do something about the exhausts going through the side and out the hole that isn't there yet. I thought I'll leave that panelled in and try and build the exhaust to that hole, knowing I can get through it, or if it doesn't work, at least I won't cut the hole and I'll run the exhaust out underneath. Anyway, as you can see, I'm in a cheerful mood. Hope everybody who's watching this is too. Merry anything, and best wishes from jolly old England. Bye.